Alright, alright. Before we begin this video, ladies and gentlemen, a Merry Christmas to everyone. A Merry Christmas to everyone. Love to all. I hope you're having a great day. I'm having a cracker of a day. We'll finish off a nice beer to start the day. And yeah, Merry Christmas to everyone. I hope you have a great day. Enjoy your day. Don't drink too much because it's Boxing Day action the next few days. Come on, Arsenal! We've got Brighton Hove Albion away from home at the Amex. 3:15 in the morning kickoff. You know, it's going to be an interesting one. See how we line up against this tough Brighton outfit. They've had 3 losses on the road now. Lost against Burnley away from home. Lost against Bournemouth the other week to a David Brooks double. And they also lost to Chelsea at home. So they're coming off a few losses, but they're going to be a very tough side down at the Amex. And looking at the way we're playing at the moment, we're going forward very well. We're looking very smooth, transitioning very nicely, going forward wise. But defensively, we've still got a lot of issues. As you may know, Hector Bellerin's out for a while, so that's him out. Nacho Monreal, not sure what's happening with him, but he might be missing that game. Socrates has to start this game. He is critical for this game. The likes of Koscielny may be getting a start, just depending on the defensive wise. We've got Lichtsteiner, who should be back again for this game, so it'd be interesting to see if he gets into the team. And Kolasinac needs to start in that left back position. I expect Leno to start in goal. Through the midfield area, I'm looking at the likes of probably Xhaka to start. I don't know if Torreira's going to be playing just because he's got 4 yellow cards and we can't miss him for the Liverpool clash coming up in the next week or so. So maybe Torreira might be sitting this one out on the bench and he might bring him on during the end of the game because we need him for Liverpool. So I expect probably El Neni to maybe start this game. I hope he gets a start. Even the likes of Maitland-Niles maybe. So we're going to have to wait and see how that lines up with the midfield options. Attacking mid-wise, as you probably know now, Mkhitaryan is out for 6 weeks with a muscular injury. That's going to be a very painful injury on our behalf because we know if Mkhitaryan, he's starting to pick up a little bit of form. He had a few goals against Southampton and he was looking alright from there. But picking up 6 weeks out, that's not what we need. So I expect Ozil to start with the likes of Lacazette and Aubameyang up top. It's going to be an interesting formation once again. I don't know where it's going to go. And as I said, Brighton, they normally go a 4-2-3-1, maybe a 4-4-1-1. And it really hasn't really worked out at the moment. But 4-2-3-1's their popular formation. They do have the likes of Glenn Murray, who's on 8 goals. He's playing very, very well. They do have the likes of Knockart, who is playing really well on that left-hand side and the right-hand side of the field. They do have the likes of Gross. I think Dunk, he is injured. He's got suspended. He did get suspended against Bournemouth, so he's going to be out. Duffy is coming back in, who's been suspended, but he's going to be back in there. The likes of Balogun, Matt Ryan, another very good goalkeeper. So overall, they've got some very good players, the Seagulls, and when they start to unite together, they can really create a bit of a force at home, especially when the crowd gets behind them, especially on Boxing Day as well. So it's going to be interesting to see how the boys run out. As you know, we're coming off a really big win against Burnley. Aubameyang's going to be very confident. Lacazette needs to get a few goals under his belt, and he needs to get going because I think he's really lacking with goals at the moment. Ozil, he needs to do well this game. This is when it counts. Consistency. I don't give a fuck if he played really well against Burnley. He's got to hit his form against the likes of Brighton. These are the sort of games that define him at the moment. He needs to do well in these games if he really wants to start making a mark for himself, especially in the team, especially the likes of Mkhitaryan and Ramsey all floating around, even the likes of Maitland-Niles and Emil Smith-Rowe all floating around. So it's going to be interesting to see how that works out. But looking at Brighton, they have scored they've scored a goal in every single home game so far, from what I've heard. And as you know, they're at home, they are a very strong side. They did lose against Chelsea the other week, but they did put a very good performance in. They're a team that really likes to get the ball up to the likes of Glenn Murray and really go at you. As I said, they don't have the likes of Izquierdo and this Iranian winger as well, so they are a little bit low on pace going forward. But they do lack pace in defence. The likes of Duffy's going to be in there. He's a very good player in the box when it comes to heading and one-on-ones. But if you get pace in behind him, we should be able to catch him on the break. Like some Montoya in their defence. And the likes of, I think it's Bruno Bernardo. They are decent players, but they haven't got the pace. And if we can catch them with the likes of Aubameyang going forward and Lacazette, we can cause some issues. I expect the likes of Kolasinac to be another key player in this game. If we can catch them on those edges, and we can really inflict them by overlapping down those edges and probably crossing it in, we can do some damage. But we need to watch how we're playing. We do have the likes of Brighton, who are very physical in the air. They don't have dunks, so that's going to be very good from our perspective on the corners. But as you know, they are very physical, and it's going to be interesting to see how the likes of Ozil plays out. I don't know if I would play Ozil in this game, if I'm personally honest. You're going to have to play him, but I don't know if I would, just because of the physicality of this Brighton defence. They're not gonna hang around. They're not gonna muck around. They're gonna get in your face. And this is the sort of game that Ozil, he doesn't have that physical manner about him. He just falls to the ground, and it's fucking pathetic. As you can see in the Burnley game, he just falls to the ground. The amount of times he's expecting a foul, expecting a yellow card, and he sits there. What? Get the fuck up, for God's sake, you fucking... Ooh, it can be really annoying sometimes. But these are the game that defines him. Unai Emery, he needs to step these sort of games up. Another away game. As you know, we did lose that game against Southampton. I don't want to see that one like against Brighton. But they're 13th on the ladder, and they've had a few losses, so confidence is going to be a little bit low. But they are at home on a Boxing Day, and it's going to be a tough game. We need to really stick to our guns, perform, and just be mentally strong as a team. We need to unite, especially defensively. But it's going to be very interesting to see how defence lines up in this sort of game. I hope we don't go with 5 at the back or 3 at the back, because I feel like we can be exposed, especially with their pace. Well, not their pace, but their physical dilemma about them when they go forward. Solly March is another very important player for Brighton. Keep an eye out for him. But yeah, looking at the other fixtures going on around the league, Chelsea have got... who have they got? I need to have a little look. Let's have a look. Chelsea are away to Watford. Manchester United are home to Huddersfield. Liverpool are home to Newcastle. And City are away to Leicester. So, some very easy, you'd say, games on paper for a lot of the bigger sides, but we need to get this 3 points. So very critical 3 points for us. If we can get these 3 points, we can potentially overtake Chelsea, who have got a very difficult task away from home to Watford. And yeah, this is a crucial 3 points. As you know, a lot like Manchester City, they've had a few losses on their belt, and they're going to want to get going. So if we can catch up to a lot of those guys, that should be key. But let me know, guys, down below. Drop a comment, drop a sub. That'd be greatly appreciated. It's Christmas, baby. I'm feeling good. Hope you guys have a great day. Stay safe out there. And I'll see you guys for the review of the Brighton game the next few days. Take it easy, guys. Speak to you later.